All right, everybody. So Facebook fam, could y'all mute y'all mics over there? Everybody on Facebook, mute y'all mics for me, so it don't just have the background static coming in. All right, so everybody, welcome. This is Four Facts Podcast, the kickoff show to 2020. Man, we made it. Happy New Year to everybody. Good to see all y'all beautiful faces out here. And we on the other side of this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? This is show number 13 of Four Facts Podcast. I usually have my co-host Dan Yeezy in the building with me, but she's over there getting herself back right. You know what I'm saying? So, but she is joining us from Facebook, so she's still in the house with us.
I'm still here.
Yeah, there she go. You know what I'm saying? And we got another special guest today too. How do I say it? Chalia? Shayla. Okay, Shayla. Another special guest, Shayla. You know, I've been anticipating her visit to the show, so here we are. So today's show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. Tell a friend or two or three. You know, we to the moon with it, baby. To the moon. Everybody, tell a friend.
Put it on the Facebook page right now.
Exactly. And like I was telling them before the show started, man. Everybody, if y'all can, grab y'all a pen and some paper or some as we hit through these little topics, what the case may be. I might not slow down or give you time to ask your question before you forget it. So I don't want you to forget your questions. I definitely want to tune in to all you guys and engage and all the good stuff. So have your pen and paper on deck so you can write your questions down. But today's show, we hammering down the topic of recognizing emotions. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of went into the recognize emotion thing more so from a man's point of view, which I'm happy I got a lot of women here today, and my guys are also in here as well, because I got my clubhouse fellas up here too, and my boy Joe Down right here. But basically, the fact that men are emotional, you know what I'm saying? But I feel we are emotional, but our emotions get ignored, you know, maybe because of the way we put them off. We don't put them off in the sense of the way emotions look or the way they're normally characterized, you know, some soft emo stuff where you being vulnerable and sensitive, all that stuff. But it's vulnerable to us because we putting things out there. So we just talk to you in a way that we know how to express it without feeling like we're letting too much of our guard down, you know, because we got this tough exterior that we put out there for everybody or whatever the case may be. But once you break that exterior down, we're probably more vulnerable than you guys are. So we got to protect this yolk. So we got a reinforced eggshell on the outside. It's more reinforced, you know. And another thing, like our ego is that extra shell that we put out there to protect ourselves. So our ego is something big that we protect ourselves with. You know, we get called cocky or other things of that nature, but it's not necessarily that it's a cockiness or nothing like that. It's just that we got to walk around with a certain bravado. You know, a certain bravado, and it gets taken the wrong way, you know? And another way that our ego get crushed is, so for instance, if we have an issue, right, or I'm having an issue with something and I bring my issue to you, it could be anything, like just something that's going on that's bothering me, and I bring it to you, and instead of you just embracing what I'm coming to you with, the first thing you do is compile your issues on top of mine now. You know, you're not really listening to me on what I'm going through or what my issues are. You listening, but then you immediately come back with, well, but I feel this and I got this. Well, what about that? Like, so I don't feel that, or me personally as a man, I don't feel our feelings about certain things or emotions about things get taken into the light where they should be. Because 9 times out of 10, if a guy come to a woman with a conversation about some of these feeling things like that, not too long to that conversation is flipped back on him and what he needs to be doing right and what he needs to be correcting and all that good stuff. It's not an open platform as it should be. And us guys, we sit back and we don't want to, like I said, seem too vulnerable. So we end up taking the bait and we end up trying to correct things that's going wrong with you now. or things you have an issue with. But my thing is, as a man, if you have an issue with something, bring it to me. Let me know what the issue is. You give me. I want to correct it, because the feelings I'm feeling, it could be contributed to things that you feel inside, but I don't know that because you don't express it until I express how I feel about things, and then the conversation don't go according to plan. You get me? So express yourself if you feel it, but when it's my time, let me have the floor. Let me have that moment. You get me? Now, I mean, if ladies, I see you guys there, and y'all got your pads out and all that good stuff. Correct me, like, am I as a man just looking too deep into that? Am I misreading it? Or is when I come out to say what my issue is that an open platform now for you to express your issues too now? Is that the way it's taken on you guys' behalf?
That's not the way it is taken on my behalf. But I do hear what you're saying, that I think what happens is sometimes people are attempting to relate to your feelings, and in the process of trying to relate to your feelings, they may end up talking about themselves too much, which in turn probably makes you feel like they're not actually listening to what you're saying and listening to how you feel about things. Because you were coming and looking for a place to have the floor to express yourself. And in an attempt to relate to you, the person has probably like overstepped and really wasn't a good listener, and turned it and started making it about their own situation, whether that's a romantic partner or a friend or a family member or whatever the case may be. And it also sounds like you said men are taught in a sense to like put their emotions into their ego, right?
It's wrapped
Into
in
their
there
pride,
to a degree.
right? Like, you
Yeah.
can't cry, like you're not supposed to have, or boys don't cry, boys don't do this, boy, this is soft, that's soft, right? So in turn, you have this extra toxic masculinity because it does hurt, but how are you supposed to release that energy and that tension? And society has taught you that if you do demonstrate your emotions and if you are vulnerable, then you some type of sucker. Like, I've even been seeing a lot of posts going around lately where it's saying like it was a post that a girl posted, and it's going around as a meme saying like as soon as he opened up to me, I didn't like him no more because he seemed like a punk or something to that effect.
And
right?
that's the thing we have issues with right there. It's hard to express
Right.
ourselves.
And I've seen a lot of men say that exact thing. Like I've even heard like personal friends tell me like, they've been in a situation where they thought they can trust a particular female that they have feelings for or whatever the case may be. And she was pressing for him to be vulnerable, to show that side of him. And then once he did, the response was that he was weak or less of a man because of those, or she didn't like him as much, and she didn't show up in the light that she portrayed that she would show up, in the nurturing, partnering, platonic type of way. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.